to JazzedTutorials. This week we're going to be doing a neon text effect. Now, I've touched base upon neon text effects, I believe, previously in the years before. Maybe not, I don't really know. But anyway, I thought this would be really cool to show you guys how to make a nice, cool looking neon street text effect. Yeah, we're going to streetify this. So I have gathered, as you can clearly see, sort of, a brick texture, and I've altered it in a very easy manner. So go to google.com, type in brick texture, and find one that you like. Any hue is fine. It doesn't matter what it looks like as long as you like it and you think it looks cool. Then, once you've opened it, go to Image and Adjustments, and you're going to adjust the hue and saturation on that particular texture you have chosen. So for me, I chose negative 55 for the saturation and negative 85 for the lightness. Now, I'm not going to save that, obviously, because you can clearly see mine's already set. It should look something dark like that. Alright, we're moving forward now. Alright, now, you're going to want to create a new layer above that. And this is going to be a clouds layer. So make sure black and white are in your swatches immediately. And then upon doing so, go to Filter, Render, and Clouds. And then you can play around with the cloud settings as you like. You can make them. You can pick whatever ones you like. You can keep doing Control F or Command F, and that will give you new clouds like this. Command F, 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 blah, blah, blah. And then just find the ones you like the best. All right? All right. And then once you've done that, you're going to then select Overlay for your blend mode. And you should see something similar to that you see where I am right there. Alright? Now, we're going to start doing our text. Now, for me, I am using a blue color for my choice in text. But, like I always say, you're welcome to use your own colors. Although there is a setting you will need to alter. So, I've used this blue hue here. And before we do anything to it, you want to duplicate that text layer. So, duplicate that text layer. And then we're going to add a blur to that. And before anything, you have to make sure that it is rasterized. So go ahead and right click on your text layer and rasterize it first, because otherwise it will ask you to rasterize it. So why not do it beforehand and make it easy work for you. Alright, once you rasterize your text, go to Filter. And you're going to click on Blur. We're going to add a Gaussian blur. And you're wrong layer. And you're welcome to blur it however you like. I used, I believe, 10px. Or 10, what is it? Yeah, 15. I used around anywhere from 10 to 15 pixels is fine, but nothing over 15, otherwise it'll look really ridiculous. So that's what I have so far for my lovely effect. Now we're going to add the effects on top of our text layer. So go back to your main text layer, which is not the copy, the other one. Double click it, and we're going to add a drop shadow. So to start things off, drop shadow. And you're going to use a black drop shadow, which is probably standard for you. But some people don't have black in their swatches. So make sure black's selected and multiply for your blend mode. And you're going to have a 160-degree angle with Use Global Light checked. 19px. 0% spread. And 32px for your size. Let's move forward. Inner shadow should be selected. Black and color burn for your blend mode. 100% opacity, 160 degrees, use global light checked off, distance is 5, choke is 0, and size is 24. Next, we're going to add an outer glow, and this will be blend mode as color dodge, opacity 75%, white for your color, and 250 for your size. Bevel and emboss should be selected. Inner bevel. Smooth for your technique. 50% for your depth. Up for your direction. And size should be 5. And your soften should be at 16px. Next, we're doing our shading. So add 160 degrees. Check Use Global Light. Altitude's 30. And down here on your highlight and shadow, all you got to do is change your opacity. So opacity is 100% for your highlight mode and 85% for your shadow mode opacity. Alright, next this is where you get to play with it. So in the event you've used a different shade of blue or a different shade altogether of color for your text, then this is where you change up your color. So coloring overlay. First of all, set your blend mode to linear light, or linear dodge rather. And then you're going to select the hue, a pastel hue that suits your color's photo. So use pink, you want to use a pink pastel, red pastel, and so on and so forth. I use blue, so I'm going to use this color blue here, which is pastel, very pastel. Click OK, and we're good to go. Next, and you should see something like that. Radical, guys. Alrighty-roo, we're almost there. Moving forward, I have added a new layer. Now, I did this because I liked how it looked, but if you don't want to do it that way, you don't have to. But I made a new layer, and I colored it all the way black. And with that, I went and selected my elliptical marquee tool, and I made a selection out of that layer with a 20px feather. And then I went to inverse, select, and I selected inverse, and then I hit the masking tool to mask out what I selected, so that I got this lovely like circle like right here. And that way you weren't really, it was focusing in on the text part and some of the brick texture, but not the whole thing. And that kind of gave me a nice effect. Alright, now we're going to make another new layer, and this one's going to be below what you just made with that circle. So add a new layer, mine is layer 4, and you're going to grab a soft round brush, a very small soft round brush. I think I used around 30px on that layer. And you want to take a white brush, make sure it's white, and place dots on all the ends of your text. So you'll see here how I have the little dots here, the end of the J and the A and the S and all that, whatever, or Z rather. So then, once you've done that, double click your layer, and you're going to add a bevel and emboss setting. So we added an inner bevel, smooth technique, 100% depth, directions up, size is 2, soften is 5, and below here, leave your screen and multiply, shadow mode, highlight mode the same, don't change those, 75% and 75% and white and black, screen and multiply. And then your shading is at 160 degrees and 30 for your altitude, and check use global light. And you're good to go, and click OK, and you'll have an effect similar to what I have shown here. Alright, we're almost done, but not quite. We have a few more layers to go. So we've done that, and now we're going to add 2 final steps to this. We're going to add a color balance. Now you can use this however you like. You'll see here my numbers are 25, -5, -22 for my midtones, and -50, +5, and +13 for my shadows, and my highlights are +46, and +46, and +59. But you can play around with this however you like it. Alright? And then just to really give it a nice finish, I went and added a gradient map. I selected this gradient map here, and this comes standard with your Photoshop. If you don't have it in your Photoshop, you can load it. Just click the word load, locate it in your presets, and you're good to go. But this all should be here. Click OK, and make sure your reverse is set because you want to have going from the blue to the yellow, not the yellow to the blue. Alright, and then select your layer to soft light, and you're good to go. Look at that, guys. That is so awesome. Don't you think it's awesome? I think it's pretty awesome. And it kind of makes it look like the lettering is like a light and it's shining on the backdrop of your street brick texture. So that's it. It's as simple as that. Oh, and before I go, in case you're wondering what text I was using, I was using, where is it? I was using Future. And this can be found on dafont.com. I'll leave a link below in case you want to use my texture and my text font. But by all means, you can use your own, whatever works for you. Alright, well thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next week with another awesome video. Bye!